Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are again with our dear family Kalindi Mataji and actually her husband Sanjaya Prabhu. Today will be our fifth recording of our rubrica, How Did I Come to Krishna Consciousness? And today we will hear actually the story of Sanjaya Prabhu. Please introduce yourself with some words and then your story.
Okay. I was born in Soviet Union country, USSR. Yeah, Russia. But now it's Russia. But that time it was USSR,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 1980.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I was a ordinary person on ordinary boy. Everyone wants to school, but from my childhood I always was looking for something special in my life and searching something which what can bring peaceful in my heart. That's why when I was 12 years old, first time I saw devotees in the TV. Some, how to say?
In the Russian TV?
Yeah, in the Russian TV it was 1992.
Uh-huh.
Devotees distributed prasadam in Abkhazia. It was that time was war between Abkhazia and Georgia, and in Russian they called it Gruzia and Abkhazia. At that time, devotees distributed prasadam there, and one devotee was died that because he was killed by because it was war. And and they put a photo of this devotee on the screen, and I saw him with tilak and shikha, this devotee clothes.
Yeah.
And then they show how devotees distributed prasadam. It was my first time when I saw devotees. Then 1992. Then I, how to say, continue my life, normal life. Went to school every day, come back and play with my friends. In the age of 14, I start to think more about something special and spiritual, and look for something experience which no one have how to say experienced.
Yeah.
You got my point?
Yes, yes, Prabhu. You were looking for something higher in life.
Yeah, I was looking for something higher, and start to have how to say started to communicate with other people. Because in my life I had so many circles of people, different circles people, and because I'm from Moscow, this capital of Russia, and usually my friends was a musician or artist or something.
You said you were punk at that time?
Yeah, I how to say, try to be a normal guy because I didn't feel that I should be normal like all people in our country. And same time it was time of changes in the 1980s, and Gorbachev was there, and he tried to change Russia. I mean, and the communist country, everything was changed, and everyone was looking for something. It was so many punks, so many hippies. They sit on the road and asking money and for nothing. I mean, for something not auspicious. They did so many bad things. At the same time, they like, how to say, they try to be happy, because we know in our country, the communist country was, how to say, everything was in the gray color. I mean, nothing was for sense gratification, like in our modern society in these years. And that's why people sit on the road. We had, but still it there, the Arbat Street, and all the youth was on the street. They are roaming everywhere, play on the guitar on the street, and talking nonsense about everything. Someone they take drugs, someone drink beer, like that. And sometimes police came and beat us. Sometimes they kick out us from the street. They took them in the cage.
Wow.
And because they did so many bad things also on the street, it was dangerous for the people, normal people. But anyway, they use search something more higher than the ordinary life. And sometimes I saw Harinam on that time on the street, on the Arbat Street. This was quite interesting because they that time I didn't see huge Harinam like in our days, but it was not so many devotees. 5, 6, 7 devotees. They were walk one line, on the one line, one by one.
Wow.
With karatalas and without mridanga even, just
in one line. Interesting.
One line. Only. 5 devotees, one line. They just chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, like that.
The Prabhupada melody.
Yes, tune, Prabhupada tune, and I just saw them and okay, good. And just notice in my mind, maybe they're also good. There's something attract them. I thought it's just like kind of also hippie, and it's no idea who.
You didn't know they're like a religion organization?
Yeah, I didn't know. They just they looks quite good. I mean, for me it was everything what was not ordinary for me is bring some happiness and successful. And that time nothing. Then I was 16. We used to how to say, I had so many friends in different part of Moscow, and then sometimes I used to, how to say, как сказать, общался. So associate with one part. Then when I was tired with them and not interesting at all, I
You
changed.
quit this
Yeah,
and go to another group.
I left them and go to some other people. And one time I went to one of my friend, and sometimes they smoke marijuana like this.
Normal.
And it start to talk about some spiritualism, you know, something higher, about Castaneda or something mysticism, you know. And one not devotee at the time, my friend, he was how to say, he was musician, you know. He had his band, and we sit on the kitchen with him and talk. Then I went to his room and start to, because we were always in Russia at that time. Every family had a big library. Everyone collect books. It was so many volumes of Lenin and Marx, Engels, and different others books. And on the shelf, I saw one books, the red color. It was Bhagavad Gita. I asked him what is it, and he said it's Bhagavad Gita. My mother took it. Once actually, she brought it from a library, the main library in Russia. Say, library. How to say, of Lenin, and it's called
like the central library in
yeah,
the city.
central in the city, and the government library. Yeah,
and they had this book.
Yeah, she brought this book from this library actually in 1977 or 80. Not exactly. Gopal Krishna Goswami brought books.
Wow.
And this library to Russia.
Wow.
And because she worked there, and they gift to her this book, and she keep it in your house, and his mother, and he said me, I can give you this book, but you cannot understand everything because it's too much. Some Sanskrit, something.
Very difficult book.
Yeah, a very difficult book. Yeah. And he said me, but please bring it back for sure, because this belong to my mother, and she very, how to say,
she attached to the books.
Attached to this book because she brought it from library. It was gifted to her, and I said, okay, I will bring it back. And then I remember I went to home at night time in the metro. It was midnight. I read this book in the metro, and I keep it in my room. Then was just keep it at nothing, and continue my life in the regular life. Then my friend again to call me for some party, and they started to talk about different topics, about different experience with what they had. And one my friend said we visited Hare Krishna temple in Moscow.
The same you joined.
Bigovaya. And we had some experience like that. And what's happened there? And I didn't, how to say, took it seriously. Just okay. And then I went to some other place with some other my friends, and we used to. I used to stay in the hostel, or you know how to say. We have in Russia. We have main university in Russia. It's call it Lomonosov University, and a very huge university in Russia. It's very big, you know, like, and I stay with them, and because so many students they are from out of Russia, and they should stay in the hostel, you know, and I used to stay with them, just
hanging out with
yeah,
them.
and we just did nonsense and talk, you know, drink and sleep, nothing. Good. And again, we started to read Castaneda, and one my friend said, maybe we should go some, how to say, should go to the temple, the Hare Krishna temple. And so many details actually there was, and some other friends came and said they called me with them to the temple because when my friend had a girlfriend, and she to study with one boy who invited to her come to the temple, Hare Krishna temple, because he was how to say, одноклассник, classmate at the college, art college, and artist college, да?
Yeah, art.
I mean art. And he invited her, but she didn't want to go alone. She invited us, but they invited me because I was interested in something esoteric.
Yes.
And that's why we all together went to the temple.
Big company.
Big company. It was 4 or 5 of us.
Okay.
And we came. It was 1996. It was Srila Prabhupada was 100 years old.
Oh yes.
Yeah, 108. I remember there's something special was.
Yes, maybe 100 years.
Yeah, and when we came, first time I came to temple, Iskon temple in the Metro Bigavaya, and actually, the time I was like, looks like punk, and I in the temple room, and it was so bright for me. It's too much. I cannot see anything. And then they bring me on the altar room, and they show me deities. It was so bright, and I couldn't see them.
Wow.
Actually, it was for me. It was just too bright spots, you know.
Who are there?
Gornitai. Actually, there was Gornitai. I didn't recognize them. Just it was me like a Brahma Jyoti, you know, 2 spots.
Wow.
It was so bright. And then I sit on the floor, just hearing. I was hearing lecture 5-10 minutes. Then they call me because our, how to say, friend of our friends, he called us, and for talking, and usually it was Soviet Union country, everyone talking, and we talked with him. We went to him in his room. He was
living in the temple.
Yeah, he was living in the temple. He was brahmachari.
Brahmachari?
Yeah,
Wow.
at the time, and I forgot his name, Sanatana Rupa. Yeah, Sanatana Rupa. He was a little bit fat, and he was an artist.
And he went to college and he was brahmachari.
No, they finished college.
Oh, okay. Understand.
And he actually, как нам сказать, рисовал, писал.
Yes, he drew.
He paint some arts, pictures
of Krishna.
Yeah, Krishna, Radharani. Like
Nice. And he showed you.
Yeah, he showed to us some his drawing.
Nice.
And then he feed us with halwa, rice, sabji, so many things. So dishes were there. Then he explained, said about Krishna Loka radio channel.
It's a Russian radio channel.
Russia radio channel was, and he asked me, "Do you want to join to us?" I said, "Yes, why not? This looks good." He asked me, "How old are you?" I said him 16. At the time I was 16
16.
years.
Yeah. Wow.
And he said, "Oh, guy, after 2 years you can join, because in 16 you cannot. Yeah. But when you will 18, you can join." He asked someone, devotee, and he said yes. After 2 years he can come. I said okay.
So you were ready to go to the brahmachari ashrama just from the first time you went to the temple?
They just asked. I said yes. Why not? Just it was, how to say,
not
it was
serious,
like
maybe.
Fun, you know. I'm just say okay, yes.
Oh, okay.
And then he gave to us gift, actually, the Krishna book that time, and Shri Upanishad. Shri Upanishad and so many pamphlets, you know, small books about Prabhupada. How Prabhupada came to US, how Prabhupada distributed his first Bhagavatam, and how he chanted under a tree.
Wow.
And then everyone looks on each other and look on me, and they said, "Okay, all give to him." And they gave everything to me.
Oh.
This Krishna book, Upanishad, and the small books, and the one picture of Krishna with a cow. It was like, you know, calendar. How to say, calendar.
Yeah.
And okay, I took it with me and went to home. They put on the wall this picture, put on the shelf of the Krishna book. At that time I had Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, and Shri Upanishad.
Wow.
And,
good books.
Sometimes I read books, just to look on the picture, you know. Sometimes I listen radio, Krishna Loka. It's called Krishna Loka. They usually, how to say, they, как сказать, прокручивали.
Like repeating something?
Yeah, repeat some, you know, different bands, Hare Krishna bands. It was famous at that time. Hare Krishna Maharaj is Hari Om or Om Hari, I forgot. And they, or Transcendentals, I forgot the name, but it was Hare Krishna Maharaj, like trance music and with Hare Krishna mantra.
Wow.
And at that time I listened this music and just, you know, how to say, contemplating on everything at home. Sometimes I read Sanskrit only, Bhagavad Gita Sanskrit. Just make it, you know, vibe, the good vibe, you know, vibration. And sometimes explain to my mother, if you will eat meat, you will be, how to say, tiger, or you will this.
So
will do this.
you become a vegetarian after you start.
No, that time I just eat everything, but that time I feel vegetarian quite better than eat meat, and I try to explain to my mother, don't feed me meat, but she said, if you will not eat meat, you will die because of this and that, and they try to feed us meat. But the Soviet Union, this time of changes, nothing was in the shop. Actually, everyone eat just
Like
Колбасы.
yes, the same in
колбасы.
Bulgaria.
Yeah, and
There were no vegetables, for example,
not
grains.
so many.
Grains.
No, they eat pasta.
Pasta.
Yeah,
Макароны.
macaroni. They called macaroni, pasta, and sometimes bread with sunflower oil. I remember it was delicious for us. So one how to say slide of bread
Yes.
and sunflower oil and salt.
Oh,
Bread and
Циганска
salt.
баница.
Yeah.
Gypsy banitsa. We call it in Bulgarian.
Yeah.
We also ate that when I was a child.
Yeah, and tea.
Wow.
It was sometimes butter with salt, but nothing.
In special occasions.
Yeah, and it was simple life. And I try to eat. I try to avoid meat.
But it was difficult.
Sometimes because at school, in the school they feed us meat, and in the college they feed us sometimes meat. But anyway, I wasn't fanatic, but I try to live with some sattvic. At the same time, I did so many nonsense. And then what's happened? Then one devotee tried to. My friend actually is from other circles. He became devotee, and he tried to invite me on Namahata like that. Because we had some good relationship, I cannot say I could reject him. I cannot reject him. But I said, I'm busy, I don't have time, I'm busy. And that was so many times when he invited me. And one time I said, okay, I will come. And I invited I called one my friend, but he said I don't have time, and he sent to his friend with me. And he said, okay. I said, okay, at least I'm not alone. We'll go to that place. And there was Namahata. His name was one Prabhu. His name was Vishwamitra Prabhu. He's actually he joined to ISKCON 80s, and he was in the prison that time.
He was one of the first devotees.
He was one first devotee in Russia.
And he made
In Soviet Union.
Yeah, he started lead Namahata.
Yeah. Just put your microphone.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
He lead Namahata, and when I came, he just some my friends said, this Prabhu, he is very good. He is. I think we think he will become devotees. He looked at me, just ignore me. It was for me very difficult to tolerate. He is ignore me. I will not come again to this place. He ignored me. And then my friend, his name now he's devotee. That time he was with me. This person who came.
Yes.
He
Who you didn't know,
yeah,
but
yeah. He came and he started to argue with this Prabhu. He said, "This nonsense. This is not true. This, that." He arguing over, and okay, they talk. They were how to say quite humble and tolerate us, and then they just feed us prasadam. It was best part of this program, and we leave them.
Yeah.
We left them, and then with my friend, he was also artist, and I mean this friend who was with us, who was with me,
yes.
and he just said, okay, they're good, but I think they little bit strange guys, not for me. And I'm only their philosophy is not proper actually, but the food
The food
very
very
good.
good.
Very good,
Prasadam very-
because he said me, I'm vegetarian, and I don't know how to cook so many things. I just eat millets and
Гречка.
гречка. Да не это.
Овсянка.
Ага. Как она называется?
Oats.
Oats.
Ага.
Just eat oats, morning, evening, daytime, only oats, and sometimes гречка. And I'm boring this food, but I want to be vegetarian, and I want to know how to cook so many, how to say, tasty preparations and tasty preparations. Okay, I said, okay, no problem. And I started to continue my normal life again. I'm busy and forgot everything. Okay, I make them happy. I
Yeah.
came. And then it was that time. It was 1997, like that. And then slowly, I start to think. I was unsatisfied with my friends. How to say? Was upset with them. They start to cheat me, and sometimes. And I started to think maybe I should find some better people and a better association and a circle of people with whom I can be peaceful, have good relationship. And then 1998, I had every year, everyone celebrate New Year. And in Russia, this is special
Yeah, I've
day.
heard that in Russia, this is the biggest.
10 days holidays, and they nothing work, everything close, and everyone only celebration 10 days.
Wow.
And they have celebration in the, как сказать, ДК, вот эти. On the street. They have
like
this
big parade.
parade, and they had has a celebration for kids in the school everywhere. Celebration 10 days, and then what's happened? And special day, 31st of December and midnight. And that time we, with my one friend, we visited one place. We also celebrated this special day when the 1999 became 2000. No, 1998 became to 1999, like that. Or 2000, I forgot. And we sit I was sitting on the front, the TV, and 5 minutes before 12, they put on the screen watch, and this one, and they have 1 minute, second minute, and same time they show the years. 1 minute, 1 year. For example, 1995, 1 minute. Then turn one more minute, the 1996. Then turn one on 1997. Then 1 minute, and like that. And I sit on the between this TV and my friends, because in Russia, they have usually they cook a lot of some preparation, the meat, everything. Special Russian salad,
Yes, which is French salad. But
yes. They call
Russians.
They call the Russian. And I looked on my friends, I look on the TV, and look on them. The 1 minute they look on. I noticed how I understood that nothing changed. Every year they drink wine, vodka, and enjoy, and they they were look like animals,
Wow.
Yeah, because that time I started to read books at home, at least pictures, and I start to identify them like someone that looks like
Like
pig,
a pig,
like a dog, and start to look.
I have done this also after reading some of the Prabhupada's books.
Yeah, and they look on them, then look on the TV, and then at that time was Boris Yeltsin. He said president of Russia when Gorbachev left. And he said, congratulations, now 2000 year, then blah, blah, blah. And I understood, but actually nothing changed. Everything were suffering in this material world. And everyone, like in the dog, cats, dog, cat, and the pig, like that, like animal. And we should finish our discussion, yeah? And then I became devotee. After this year,
I mean, after this realization, you understood you have to go to the Hare Krishna.
Yeah, next morning, 1st of January,
wow.
I said to my friend, Prabhu, my friend, I said, oh guy, I don't want to be associated with my friends anymore.
Wow.
And I throw out my notebooks with all phones numbers.
Wow.
And said, okay, I will go to the temple. I want to be with devotees, with my friends. And then the next day I went to the temple.
Wow.
And then I started to visit temple. Then I called my friend who was with me in the Namahata and brought to him prasadam. He said, okay, I will visit the temple.
To eat prasadam.
To eat prasadam, and he purchased book of recipe.
Okay.
How to say?
Yes, the cooking book.
Yeah, this cooking book. And then he became devotee also.
Wow.
Then it was winter. Then how to say? Spring. They government drafted me to the army.
Oh. Okay.
And I started to pray to Krishna, and this is a long story. But I said to Krishna, if I will avoid army, I will be your devotee.
Wow.
And then Krishna allowed to me don't go to army.
How happened to not go to the army?
But
or long story.
Long story, but
okay.
Anyway, first my 16 rounds, I chanted, and in the medical.
When you need to go to army, there is a medical commission.
Yes.
And when he was waiting,
Camp.
he's chanting kids.
Yeah, we will
Okay.
call
Oh,
it camp.
actually, you said to Krishna, if I am not going to army, I will join to ashram.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
if
said
you
I will-
I'll become
allow
monk.
me not going to army,
No, I said, if I will not go, if I will avoid army, I will be your devotee and I will join to temple.
Mhm.
If I will go to army. I will not your devotee anymore. This is all. It was, and I spent all my money all my left money.
Pocket.
And I purchased fruits. How to say, some flowers, and offered to Krishna, pray, did dandavat, and then I went to medical checkup.
Uh-huh.
And then I chant first my 16 rounds, chant in the medical checkup. They look
Wow.
on me and think I'm crazy. They think this guy, they crazy. There's something
Wow.
chanting,
Like,
you know.
They saw
They
that
saw
he's
you that
crazy.
you're
Yeah. They saw
wow.
me. I was chanting in the medical.
Yeah, and they thought that you're crazy,
Yeah, they
and that's
thought-
why they didn't allow you to the army.
Like
Yeah.
Oh, Krishna.
Yeah. Then I went to, how to say,
Psychiatry,
psychiatry,
yes. Psychologist. Yeah.
psychologist, and then he asked me so many questions. I started to explain them about karma, reincarnation, and then
that I'm not body,
I'm not body, I'm soul, I'm eternal, and like that. And he
Okay.
said, "This guy, are you sleeping at night?" I said, "Sometimes sleep, sometimes no, because what are you doing when you not sleep? When you don't sleep." I start explain them to her about karma. I think about life and goal of life for what we living. And she said, okay. It's just something writing. And then she wrote to me, how to say, направление, prescription
Yes.
report, and they said you need to check up in the hospital.
Oh,
Another
Psychiatric hospital.
with another doctor.
Yeah, one another doctor. Then I went to this hospital, and they put me with some crazy guys for 10 days.
Oh, they
Yeah.
sent you actually to
Yeah,
live? Oh
yeah.
my God.
And 10 days I spent with them. Some other story. And then the main doctor said, okay, you looks good boy, but don't be like devotee, don't be Hare Krishna, we call it Krishnaite in Russia, Hare Krishna devotee. Marry, enjoy, and be happy. And she said, but I have same son like you,
same age son.
same age as son. I'm not want to allow to you go to our army.
Mm.
And
Because
that's why
she said, I never send my son.
I-
And you
Yeah,
are like my son.
yes.
like
Yeah.
same.
yeah, and she said, don't worry, go, and I will report everything. You
That
will
you're
go
not
fit.
you're not fit.
Yeah, you're not.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not fit to go to army.
Go to army.
Then I said, okay, let's work out. And I went to home, and then the next day I went to temple and asked more devotees, can I join to the temple? He asked me, what do you want? I said, I don't know. They said,
I
okay.
just promised to Krishna to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to the temple.
yeah. He said, if you want, you can join to some kitchen department. I said, kitchen department for me difficult. It's because I saw there, the big pots, everything.
Yeah.
I said, I have back pain. He said me, okay, you will go to book distribution department. And then I joined. Then I saw my friend with whom we talk in the university, and then the hostel. I saw him in the ashram already.
Wow.
He said, some was he meet me and there he said, oh, very good, join to us, and then I shifted to. I said to my father, if you want to understand, I wrote to him, how to say, letter. If you want to understand me, read Prabhupada books. And they just put this letter on the table and went to.
You just how old were you?
I was 18, almost 19.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
And then it's all.
Wow.
Yeah, and my father said, okay, guy. Actually, my father did for me, he make for me, how to say, shave me first time.
The first shaving.
Yeah, first shaving, and he make for me shikha.
Wow.
Because he was quite happy, better with shikha than with green hair.
Yeah, because you were punk that time,
that time.
with green hair.
Yeah, with green
Interesting.
hair. And then, like that. And then I joined to temple, and then.
Yeah.
Book distribution.
Book distribution.
Book distribution team. It was 1999. First, my marathon was in 2000.
Wow.
1999 to 2000.
Actually, it's a very interesting story, Prabhu, because you said from the beginning that it was not so interesting, but now with the this hospital for crazy people and your prayer to Krishna, wow, amazing.
Yeah, maybe.
Next time we will continue with your story after, but we will see when this happens. Maybe next year.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It was
Hare
very
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.